Welcome back to Whispering Hills Folktales. Today's story is a retelling on Snow White in Nagaland, the seven warriors and the cursed queen. Do well to like this video and subscribe. Thanks.
A story retelling tale of Snow White in Nagaland, the seven warriors and the cursed queen. Once, in a kingdom where the mountains touch the stars, lived a princess named Sentila. Her skin was the color of the morning mist, and her heart was as kind as the summer rain. But her home was not a happy one. Her stepmother, Queen Cavallino, was a powerful sorceress who ruled from a palace of cold black stone. The queen had a mirror of spirit water. Every night she would ask, "Spirit of the water, spirit of the deep, who holds the power the mountains keep?" For years, the water stayed still. But on Sentila's 18th birthday, the water swirled and whispered, "The girl of the mountains, the one with the light, her blood will end your eternal night." The queen grew cold with rage. She needed Sentila's heart to perform a dark ritual that would let her live forever. Sentila, warned by a loyal servant, fled into the great prehistoric jungle. She ran until her feet bled, crashing through giant ferns and hiding from the shadow hunters, monsters the queen had sent to find her. As the sun set, she saw a light high on a jagged cliff. It was a longhouse, a massive wooden fortress decorated with the skulls of ancient enemies and carvings of great tigers. Exhausted, Sentila collapsed at the heavy timber gates. Suddenly, 7 shadows surrounded her. These were the 7 warriors of Zunhaboto. They were fearsome to look at. Their chests, arms, and faces were covered in intricate blue-black tattoos. In their culture, every line on their skin represented a battle won or a village protected. The leader, Keza, stepped forward with a spear tipped in sharpened brass. "Why does a girl from the lowlands bring the queen's shadow to our door?" he cried. The warriors were suspicious. They lived by the code of the spear, and they did not trust outsiders. But then, the youngest warrior, Aliba, pointed at Sentila's neck. Hanging there was a pendant made of a hornbill's beak and pure silver. "That is the mark of the first king," Aliba whispered. Kesha lowered his spear. They realized she wasn't an enemy. She was the rightful heir to the mountains. They took her in, fed her smoked meats and wild honey, and taught her their ways. They showed her how to set bamboo spikes in the ground and how to move through the trees without making a sound. For the first time, Sentila wasn't just a princess. She was learning to be a survivor. Back in the Black Palace, the queen looked into her bowl of spirit water and saw Sentila laughing with the warriors. Screaming in anger, she cast a great curse. She didn't just send soldiers, she poisoned the land itself. The beautiful rhododendron flowers turned black and began to spit venom. The peaceful hornbill birds grew jagged teeth and glowing red eyes. The trees themselves began to twist their roots to trip the warriors. One evening, a strange old woman appeared at the edge of the longhouse clearing. She offered Sentila a beautiful, bright red jungle apple. "Eat, child," the woman hissed.
"Don't be
It will
afraid,
give you the
child.
strength of the
This
ancestors."
apple holds great power.
Kesha,
Take it.
sensing a
Eat it.
foul smell in the air, knocked the fruit from Sentila's hand with his dagger. As the apple hit the ground, it didn't smash.
it turned into a pile of wriggling black worms. The old woman vanished into a cloud of dark smoke. The queen had found them. The war was coming.
That night, the mountain exploded into chaos. An army of shadow wraiths, spirits of forgotten wars, marched up the slope. The 7 warriors fought like tigers. They used guerrilla warfare, jumping from the thatched roof of the longhouse and vanishing into the mist to strike the shadows from behind. Keza fought with 2 axes. Aliba used a blowpipe to hit the spirit's eyes. The others moved in a circle, protecting Sentila at the center. But then, the queen herself arrived. She rode a platform carried by 6 headless giants. She raised her hands, and the earth began to crack open, trying to swallow the longhouse whole. "Give me your heart, child," she screamed.
Sentila saw her friends falling. Kasia was wounded, and the spirit army was too large. She realized she couldn't win with a spear. She closed her eyes and remembered the old songs her mother sang, songs about the spirit of the mountain. She began to sing. Her voice was low at first, then loud and clear, echoing off the valley walls. She wasn't fighting the mountain. She was asking it for help. The mountain answered. The ground stopped shaking. Thousands of fireflies rose from the trees, their light burning away the shadows. The spirit water the queen used for her magic turned into steam. Without her dark magic, the queen began to age rapidly. Her black palace in the distance crumbled into dust, and she vanished into the wind like dry leaves. The sun rose over the Naga hills, turning the mist into gold. The curse was broken. The forest returned to its vibrant green, and the animals became peaceful once more. The people of the tribes came out from their hiding places. They wanted to take Sentila back to a golden throne, but she refused. She looked at the 7 warriors, her brothers in soul, and then at her own hands. She took a small soot needle and, with Kasia's help, marked a small sun tattoo on her wrist. Sentila did not rule from a distant palace. She stayed in the longhouse. She became a warrior queen, a leader who walked among her people, hunted with the warriors, and protected the mountains. To this day, if you travel deep into the hills of Nagaland, you might hear a song about the girl who fled the dark and found her strength in the mist, protected by the 7 warriors of the forest. If you watched this tale to this point, please do well to like and subscribe. And tell us in the comment section what tale you would like to hear next. Thanks for watching, and click the next tale showing up next.